Everybody has to attentive. Genuine question, if anybody asks, I will help. Everyone has to be attentive for typing the syntax in R. I am going slow. And keep a notebook nearby. Roughly write down what you are doing also. So systematically you have to obey the instruction. Okay. So let me share with you module 3. Module 3, I have already explained you how to type in our editor and save. I also explained to you how to open our program and work. I have done computation of mean and variance in a matrix form. And one more example I'm giving today, and you have to complete it and come for Thursday class. There was one question I gave you for work in module 1. Two questions I gave, sorry, yes. One question in module 1, one question in module 2, and one question now in module 3. All the 3 questions you have to work and come for Thursday class. I will show you the answer. Algorithms I have given again below. How to read the data from the file. So today we are going for a new work called bivariate correlation and regression. We are going to learn bivariate correlation and regression. These many questions we have to complete, but today we cannot do that. So I will be giving you the introduction. I am giving you the introduction. The introduction is such. It is dealing with variables it is dealing with variables say for example age and height. Height is dependent on age of the individual up to certain age. Field and rain per plot. marks and time that you spend for preparing the test. Daily temperature and cold drink in 1,000 bottles sold in a restaurant. Income and expenditure. These are examples of dependent study. One of the variable depends on other. In every example, we have dependent variable as well as independent variable. Any of the example above, if you take, we have two variables, dependent variable and independent variable. Wherever the variables are dependent, correlation regression is the topic to forecast the value of dependent variable for a given independent variable. Given an age 23, how much is the height among the boys? How much can be the height among the girls if you want to predict? You have to study correlation regression. You have to study correlation regression. If you want to know production of potato per plot, then the rainfall was 28 centimeter in the plot. So forecasting the production of potato per plot with the help of given rain, correlation regression is the topic. How many marks a student can get in our package when he attended 80% of the sessions? Correlation regression. How many bottles of cold drink to be sold on a day when the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius? Correlation regression is the topic. How much is the expenditure in a family when the income is rupees 35,000 per month? Answer is correlation regression. In statistics, a dependent variable generally we denote by X and independent variable will be denoted by Y. So the dependency when we say how much is the value of Y when X equal to some given value. And to answer this value of Y, you have to know the topic correlation regression. In all these examples, your dependent variable Y will be a function of another variable X is the mathematics. If I denote Y is the height, then in mathematics height is equal to function of age. Now let me consider one example to explain you the introduction of correlation regression. Cold drink sold in thousands denoted by Y. Sorry, dependent variable, other way. And daily temperature is X. So, how much is Y when X is equal to 30 degrees Celsius? This is my research topic. Which means Y equal to F of 30 equal to how much? This is what your research topic. For answering this, we are following the topic correlation regression. We are following the topic correlation regression. Rahul Giri,
Yes, sir.
do you follow this introduction?
Yes, sir.
Good. Vinaya,
Yes, sir.
do you follow this much?
Yes, sir.
Do you follow this introduction?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sarvesh Bagal, Sarvesh, Punjab Singh,
Yes, sir.
do you follow this much introduction?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, so I can continue now. Correlation,
Yes,
regression.
sir.
Yes. Yes. Who is it? Yes. Correlation regression is that by this introduction, every one of you might understood the work, that is dependency of the data variable. And to continue what is correlation regression, we have sample data. So the sample data is say for example x1, comma y1, that is one observation. X2, comma y2, second observation, and so on. X40, comma y40 is the last observation in a sample selected to study the sale of cold drink when the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. I have here pair value. I'm going very slow. Any moment if you don't follow, you have to ask. I'm having pair value because 40 days in a year, I observed the temperature, and on the same day, I have observed the sale also in the restaurant. The sample data is called bivariate data. So bivariate data is an ordered pair of data selected in the sample for the variables x and y. For a day with temperature 30 degrees Celsius, I have to collect the data from the business days of the restaurant. That is what I have done. Any time when we are talking about statistics, to learn correlation regression, the first step equal to plot scatter diagram and comment on it. This is the work that I'm going to start now in R. We have a data in handout 3. We have handout. And this first question is the one that I'm going to start. The very first question is, the success of a shopping center can be represented as a function of the distance from the center of the population and the number of clients in hundreds of people who will visit the shopping center. So, make our class notation. Number of customer is Y and distance is X, because number of customers who are coming to the shopping center depends on how much distance their house and the shopping center. Ten days data is collected. 800 customers are coming from 15 mile distance. 700 customers are coming from 19 miles distance from their house, and so on. So this is the data that I'm going to plot. This is the data that I'm going to plot. Abhishek Gautam, Akshat Sen,
Yes, sir.
do you follow what am I going to do?
Yes, sir.
X is the distance of the customer from their house to the shopping center. Y will be the number of customers. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Saloni Kejriwal,
Yes, sir.
clear what I said right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will be starting by work of R. Data is distance and Y is number of customers. So now I am not recalling the earlier module. It is a new module. So I say, first of all, change the font and everything. Change the font for a better output and open new script. Open new script. I have opened it. Windows tile vertically. I have done it. And my style is editor will be to the left and console will be to the right. Now clear the console. So I'm going to the editor and typing module. Correlation and regression. Now my X data. And X data is nothing but the distance. That is 15, 19, 15, 19, 25, 23, 34, 40, 21, 18, 24, 20. This is X data distance. Check again, all of you. Check again. 15, 19, 25, 23.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, but in the handout, these datas are represented as pi, sir, and here
No,
you
I told
represented
you
by.
to change it. Change it, interchange it. Interchange it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Interchange it. Distance become your X and the number of customers will be Y. So 15, 19, 25, 23, 34, 40, 21, 18, 24, 20. This is X data. Similarly, Y.
Yes.
Yes. Any question?
No, sir.
Ask.
No, sir. Not a question.
Okay. So next value will be 8764. 2179.
64.
64. If any mistake that I make, please let me know. This is what the data. Ten days. Customers coming in 100. From where? How much distance they are belonging to? This is data. So I will be plotting scatter diagram. X-axis will be the distance in miles and Y-axis will be the number of customers. So plot is the syntax. In bracket Y-axis curly sign X. Curly sign is left top key on the keyboard. Now I will plot the data. I got the graph. I got the graph. The graph shows a downward trend from left top. The points are showing decreasing order in the graph as X increases. Graph shows decreasing trend y decreases as x increases. Graph has a declined trend from left top to right bottom. This type of dependency is called as negative correlation. As x increases, the tendency of y is decreases. So it is called negative correlation between variable y and x. X-axis will be the distance I told you. Y-axis is dependency. Suppose I find mean of x. Mean of y. Already I have shown to you, without computation, no statistical work. So, let us see the output. Average value of the distance in the sample is 23.9 miles. Average number of customers coming in the shopping center is 540. 5.4 multiplied by 100. I have to plot this also on the graph. My data will be x-axis and y-axis. Can anybody tell me where will be my mx? Is it on x-axis or y-axis? Anyone?
On x-axis, sir.
Correct. X-axis. Why? Because the data for x will be on x-axis. So I will be plotting this mx. That means in the editor, AB line is the syntax. AB stands for two-dimensional graph. Bracket vertically, it is mx. Color equal to, say, red. Similarly, AB line in bracket horizontally equal to my. Color equal to, suppose, green. I want to plot this. So I will execute these two syntax. I got the lines vertical and horizontal. I got the two lines. Now see what I'm going to say. 1, 2, 3, 3 plus 2, 5 points are left of the red line, and red line is the mean value of x. And the left side of the red line means smaller the distance. So these points are telling smaller the distance, more customers are coming to the shop center. But as to the right side, if you look, points are very less. Which means below arithmetic mean of x, many points and above arithmetic mean of x, data is very less. This is the meaning of negative correlation. Similarly, you look at the graph, green line. Above the green line, points are many to the left. Lesser will be the points below the green line. No matter x is less than the mean. So this gives a strong conclusion that smaller the distance, more
So what about the points that are on the red line?
Yeah, red line stands for arithmetic mean of x. And left side points are many. And left side means the distance of the customers are below the mean distance. Correct now?
Yes, sir.
And points are many, which means smaller the distance, customers coming to the shopping center will be more. Follow?
Yes. Yes,
Follow?
sir.
Similarly, you look at the green line. Among the smaller distance of x, points are on the top as well as below. You see the highest value will be above 800. Then another 2 points are between 600 to 800. And so on. So this is a strong evidence to say, if at all one wish to start a shopping mall, he has to study the population density in the locality. Anywhere randomly he cannot start the shopping center. Residential locality, population strength are together will be the characteristic before he start a shopping center. Any other question?
Sir,
Yes.
so in the AB line command, what is the significance of B and H? Are they just
B
coordinates?
stand for vertical line, H stand for horizontal line. Because vertical line is for X data, horizontal line is for Y data.
Alright, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Sir, can you please scroll up a little?
Which one?
Sir, just scroll up the R editor, please.
Interpretation?
No, sir, the coding.
What is that? What is that? Repeat again.
Sir, that syntax, can you please scroll up a little?
AB line. AB line means two-dimensional graph. And you are drawing one horizontal line and vertical line. So the first line is for X data, vertically the mean. Second line is for the Y data, horizontal will be the mean, because mean of X cannot be Y. Mean of X should be among X value. Similarly, mean of Y value will be among Y value. That is what I have shown on the graph.
Sir, she is asking you to scroll up.
Yeah. Any question?
Sir, our editor, can you scroll up a bit? Scroll up a bit.
Yeah. Visible?
Yeah, can you scroll up? Yes. Thank you, sir.
I have explained only few things. I typed the data. I have plotted the graph. I explained the graph. You know now negative correlation means opposite tendency. I computed the mean and plotted it and made the meaning of negative correlation.
Sir, could you please explain the interpretation of the green line once again?
Yeah. So green line stand for arithmetic mean of Y. Red line stand for arithmetic mean of X. So the two lines divide the graph into four quadrants. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. In quadrant 1, many points are there, which is below red line. Very small points are there in quadrant 2. And overall, if you look, below the red line, many points indicate higher the number of customers for smaller distance of their residence. That is what I explained. Now, you got the correlation is negative, but you don't know how close the dependency. The closeness between the variable is called correlation coefficient. It is the type and strength of dependency between X and Y. It is the type and strength of dependency between X and Y. Type means negative or positive correlation. Correlation coefficient is a measure. Correlation coefficient is a measure that indicates how much truth that you are talking in the graph for dependency. Degree of association between the variable. It is a numerical number. It is degree of dependency. Higher the value of correlation coefficient, more the variables are dependent each other. Higher the dependency of the variable, smaller the value of correlation coefficient, poor is the dependency. It is defined as R, small r. R is the notation for correlation coefficient, that is covariance between X and Y divided by standard deviation of X multiplied by standard deviation of Y. This is the formula. Standard deviation of X and standard deviation of Y already we have computed in module 1 and module 2. Only new term will be covariance. Covariance is also a measure like variance, but taking both the data together. Taking both the data together. R value is always belongs to -1 and +1. It always belongs to -1 and +1. For any data, correlation value never goes beyond this closed interval. If R is very near to 1, no matter plus or minus, it is highly correlated. It is highly correlated. And the sign of the value tells the direction of dependency. R is statistical measure that defines the degree of dependency of X and Y. For any dependency study, your R value will be always between -1 to +1, never go beyond the interval. Higher the value of R to 1, higher will be the correlation. Smaller sign of the value is type of correlation. If R value is near to 0, there is a poor dependency. Let me compute it. Standard deviation of X. Standard deviation of Y. Covariance XY. And R is CXY SX multiplied by SY. And get the value SX, SY, CXY and R. See the syntax. So let me compute it now. All the answers are ready. Oh.
Sir, you have typed
Sir, the last one will be CXY.
CXY instead of CXY.
Yeah. CXY pi. No, it's correct now.
Sir, in the command.
Okay.
Sir,
Instead
above
of
R, CXV is typed. Instead that CXY should be there.
Simply say cov. Now let us. Oh, not there here. Okay. It's correct. And here. Yes. So let me get the output and then we speak. So the correlation value is very near to 1.868, highly correlated, but negative direction. Yes, negative direction means it is sure that as X increases, Y will decrease naturally. How many people can come from long distance for the shopping center? They will go the shopping center near to their residence. So larger the distance, lesser will be the people coming in the shopping center. That is what it shows here. That is what it indicates here. So we have a graph and even we have many things. Sarvesh Bagal, Sarvesh, I calling him second time. Sarvesh,
am I audible now?
Yeah, you are audible. Do you follow what I explained to you?
Yes, sir. I followed everything.
Ah, Deepak Malik. Deepak Malik. Do you follow what I explained the computational work? Sonam Verma.
Sir, I'm getting an error. I'm just gonna put it on the chat
Malik,
box.
do you follow?
Yes, sir, I can follow, but I'm getting this error. If you could just check the
Okay.
if you could just check the chat box.
Yeah. Sonam Verma.
Yes, sir.
Do you follow all the computational work?
Yes, sir. I followed it.
Very good. Mohit Mishra.
Yes, sir.
Do you follow the computational work?
Yes, sir.
So we saw here one part of correlation. Let me see the question paper again. Before I go the remaining 1 hour, see the question paper. Introduction is on correlation regression with dependent variable and independent variable. Data represent to you bivariate data, and the first step is scatter diagram. That is what I explained so far. First step is plot the scatter diagram and comment on it. And the second step was compute the comment that you have said by means of numeric number. And for that we have taken the distance data and the number of customers. And that is what I have plotted. And after plotting that, I have given to you interpretation. Interpretation also I have typed in our editor. So when you save the file, everything will be with you. When you save the file, everything will be with you. And for our editor, correlation and computed the degree of correlation. Then what is regression? Yes. In this example, y is equal to a function of x, yes, in negative direction. It shows negative trend. That is y equal to T0 plus T1 x plus epsilon. T0 plus B1 X plus epsilon. Somebody want to ask something? Aliya Sagar?
Sir, nothing.
You want to ask something?
No, sir.
Okay. So, let's close the microphone. Okay. So here, yes.
So in the we had put the data in small y. So will it be small y here or capital Y only?
Repeat.
In this regression function, will it be capital Y or small y, or does it make no difference?
Capital Y.
Okay.
So y will be B0 plus B1 X, capital X, plus E. Look, all of you attentive, I'm translating the graph by an equation. Is it the pointer showing a straight line towards decreasing nature? Is it the graph shows a straight line? When I join the points, is it shows a straight line?
No, sir.
No. But the tendency of the points are decreasing, isn't it? Hypothetically, there is a line above and below the points are there. So the points are having a straight line equation B0 plus B1x plus deviation. This is the graph. Graph become an equation now. B1 equal to slope. B0 equal to intercept. E equal to deviation of data from line. Deviation. This is the graph now. Graph become an equation. Graph become an equation. Regression means develop a statistical equation for the dependency of the variables. Develop a regression equation of dependency of the variables. And in this case, only two variables. So we say the number of customers visiting to the shop is a straight line with some points having above or below.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So why are you assuming it to be a straight line when in the graph it's not actually a straight line?
Well, that means somewhere in your syntax you might have typed wrong. Better cancel it and retype again. Okay. Did you get the graph?
Yes, sir.
And then lines you are not getting, isn't it?
So I'm saying that in the graph represented, it's if we join the points, it's not actually a linear straight line.
That is what I say. Check again the syntax. Vertically, V equal to mx आना चाहिए, and h is equal to my. Check again and work. AB line is the function. Two-dimensional line.
Okay. So she is asking about the regression line, not the mean lines.
Yeah. Okay. Regression line. So the
Yes, sir.
regression line means the complete graph. What is the meaning of the graph? Plot the data x and y. And when I plot the data x and y, if you look it, Y decreases as X increases. So the trend of the dependency will be opposite direction. So this means that if I draw a line between the points, there can be points above, there can be points below. This interpretation I'm writing as a line B0 plus B1x plus E. Because all the points are not showing a line, but the trend is linear. Why? See the English. Y decreases as X increases. That means the graph will be a straight line towards the right bottom. But points are not all on the line. Some points will be above the line. Some points will be below the line.
Okay, sir, I got it.
So when you say hypothetical line, that equation is B0 plus B1x plus epsilon E. And B1 is slope, B0 is intercept. And here the slope B1 will be negative because R is negative. So in this example, the B1 will be less than 0 because R is less than 0. That means B1 and R are of same sign. So slowly, the research problem, we are converting it into statistical problem. How to find this B0, P1? That today I will not be showing you. So here, I have typed the data and discussed about correlation and regression. Correlation tells you the degree of relation between X and Y. Regression tells you an equation for the dependency. Regression tells you an equation for dependency. Look. Look the way that we have proceeded. Carefully go through. I have to conclude with something else before that. Everybody should understand. If not, ask and get it clear. Yes.
Sir, I have another question.
Yeah. Ask.
Sir, this is my first lecture, so I am having difficulty in understanding R. I can understand your mathematical concept easily because you are explaining it very carefully, but I am having extreme difficulty in understanding R.
Okay, answer for your difficulty I will do on Thursday. First of all, you complete the module 1 and 2 from someone else.
Okay, sir.
Unless you compute module 1 and 2, you will not follow what I am doing.
Okay, sir.
Next question.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Next question.
Sir, I wanted to clear something. This thing written here, it is defined as R is equal to COV This is the last part which we have run, right? After that, what you've told us about the equation and the slope and intercept, that was just theoretical, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah. Any other question? Don't hesitate to ask questions, otherwise very difficult. Graph, correlation coefficient, and the line of regression are the work I have shown to you. Before I go the next, Once again, I am repeating for you. No more chance next. Once again, I am repeating for you. Age and height are two variables. Yield and rain are two variables. Marks obtained by you and the time spent are two variables. Daily temperature and cold drink are two variables. Income and expenditure are another two variables. In all these variables, one of them depends on another. How much? Which way? Answer is correlation coefficient after scatter diagram. Sign of the correlation coefficient will tell you the type of dependency. Numerical number will tell you the degree of dependency. When you got the meaning of dependency, convert that into a linear equation with E. That is regression. That is regression. Okay. Again, I am repeating with another data. I am repeating it with another data. Yes. So this means I can even write down this equation as y estimate hypothetical line equal to P0 plus P1x. That is my y equal to y estimate plus E. That is E equal to data minus line. Data minus the line. So E may be less than 0, equal to 0, or greater than 0. There can be points on the line. There can be points above the line. There can be points below the line. Accordingly, your deviation will be negative, equal to 0, or greater than 0. This E also called as residual of regression. This E also called as standard error in a regression. Different way this E will be explained. Different way this E will be explained. So now, to conclude the today's session, I will be showing you a repetition of this without typing the data. So I will be closing the graph. Anybody has question?
Sir,
Ah,
sir, could you please explain why have you written it like this? Why estimate 1?
yeah. Instead of writing B naught B1x, B naught plus B1 is a straight line, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
That is denoted by Y estimate, because if I know X and B naught B1, I can find Y. Am I right?
Okay, sir.
So the difference between actual
Yes.
Y and estimate is called error. So that is what we are telling. Points above the line will show deviation. Points below the line show deviation. Points can be on the line show zero deviation. I cannot draw the line here because I don't know which line will be close to the points.
Okay, sir. Got it.
So now I will be closing the graph. Anybody has question? Okay. So I repeat it now in a different way. That is, reading data from file. Last time I have shown to you, the syntax will be data, open close parenthesis. I have a data, trees is my data, names in the variable. Let me execute them. So this is the list of the data in R. I have here trees. If you look at the listing, there is a data file called trees. So I am choosing that. So I selected the trees and I want to know how many are there. So girth is a variable, height is a variable, volume is a variable. Volume depends on girth and height. Volume depends on girth and height. But I'm taking for the moment girth. So the early operation V is $sign volume. T, that is trees $sign girth. Let us plot the data. Plot P curly G. So I have everything. I got a graph which is increasing.
Highly positive.
Yes.
Highly positive data.
You got the data?
Yes.
Data open close, you will get the list. Then take the tree's name and type data trees, names, and then variables.
Okay.
So here the graph.
One question.
Yes.
Sir, how do we add labels to the X and the Y axis if you want to add a label?
Yeah, that automatically it comes.
No, sir. On the plot, how do we add the label on the plot itself?
Yeah, so instead of V, you type their volume. Instead of G, you type girth. You will get the label.
Okay, so thank you.
So here the graph will be increasing order. It shows a upward tendency to the right top of the graph from left bottom. That means as the girth increases, volume also increases. So here also we are able to find correlation coefficient. For example, I want to find the correlation coefficient between VG. R stands for correlation, VG stands for variables. Standard deviation of V multiplied by standard deviation of T. Directly I have given the formula. Correlation between V and V, yes. Yes. Yes, ask.
So my
Yes.
graph is not appearing.
What graph is not appearing? You go to Windows and vertical, you will get it. Plot.
Sir, actually error is coming.
That means syntax में mistake होगा. Plot V curly G. देख लो, all will be small cap.
Okay, sir.
So,
Sir, I have a question.
What is
So
the question?
can we choose any other file instead of trees?
Yes, please.
So can we choose any other file instead of trees?
Yeah. So go to the trees file name and data parenthesis trees. And what are the variables? You have to give names trees. So you will get in blue girth, height and volume. And volume definitely depend on girth and height. So denote volume by V, denote girth by G. Pick the syntax $sign. Plot V curly G. You have to be very particular about the letters and the syntax of each. So let me get the answer now. Very high correlation positive. Very high correlation that is positive. And here also I can have AB line bracket V equal to mean of G. Again, I can have AB line H equal to mean of volume. And both these are on the same graph I can get. Look. Here the points are reverse way. Second and third quadrant are having lot many points compared to 1 and 4. So this is positive correlation. So this is positive correlation. So here I have not typed the data. because data is huge. And since the data is huge, if I have the data saved in an existing file, I can read the data from the file and work. That is what I have shown in the second part of today's session.
Sir, suppose our data was in an Excel file, so how can we load it from there?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Wait, after the end I will tell you.
Okay, sir.
So here, if you look your today's work, we have less computation and more description. We have less computation and more discussion. I've simply introduced you R and B0 plus B1x plus E. Rigorous work I will be continuing on Thursday class. So, Radhika Mittal.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain me your understanding of today's class?
Sure, sir. Sir, we started our lecture with bivariate correlation and regression, in which you gave us examples of correlation coefficient as age and height, yield and rain, and then we moved to our R package, where we take the example of number of customers as a dependent variable and distance as our independent variable. Then we plot our dependent and independent variable, and then we get the downward trend. Like then we get the downward trend. The graph has a declining trend from left top to right bottom. Then we find out the mean of x and mean of y, and we plot and we use the syntax AB line for both means, mean of x and mean of y. Then we move to the correlation coefficient, which tells us the type and strength of dependency between x and y, where the sign of the numeric value will tell us the type, and the numeric value will tell us the strength of the dependency.
Very good.
Then,
so, okay. I have a suggestion to give. Today, 86 students are attending the class. None of them you should leave when question answer session starts. Because it is a habit happened for last week. As soon as I start question answer session, students are leaving. And we have recorded this. And today I told the institute, those who are left before the session's over, cancel their attendance. Everybody has to be there. 86 is the number shows here. So all the 86 students will be there till I complete the session. Remember, this is not just for examination point of view. The core statistical analysis through R package is very, very important for your research in future. So you have to be attentive till the end of the class. Okay. Mihir Sakrikar. Can you explain your understanding of today's class?
Sir, you started with correlation and regression using R package, and then plotted the mean of x and y on the axis and showed the scatter diagram. Then you started.
The scatter diagram?
Sorry, sir. Can you please repeat?
Plot the scatter diagram.
To see where the in the malls example, we had to see how many majority of people visited the mall within the vicinity. It shows in that particular example, it shows how many people from nearby vicinity or to range from the mall visited the mall. Sir, am I correct?
Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, continue.
Okay. So then we use the example of trees. Sir, sorry, I am not able to understand after that because it was from earlier R package and this is my first lecture. So I'm very sorry, I could not elaborate more.
So before Thursday, you have to revise all the work and come, okay?
Okay, sir.
Don't wait for just I will help you. Unless you come forward, things will not work.
Okay, sir.
So you contact the office, they will help you.
Okay, sir.
They will give you the earlier class work.
Okay, sir.
Rachit Tyagi.
Yes, sir.
Do you follow today's class?
Yes, sir.
Explain.
Sir, we started with module 3 and our topic is correlation coefficient and line of regression.
Yes.
Then we draw a graph in which we show horizontal line, that is the arithmetic mean of x variable, and vertical line was the mean arithmetic mean of y variable.
No, it is other way, reverse way. Check karo.
Oh, okay.
Check
Okay,
karo.
sir. Yes, sir.
Fine,
And
continue.
Yeah. And sir, then you also told one amazing thing, that higher the value of correlation coefficient, the higher is the dependency.
Yes.
And sir, vice versa of the same thing.
Yeah.
And sir, then the tables and the trees, birds and all, sir. This thing.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But still not sufficient. You have to practice how to communicate, okay?
Yes, sir.
Himani Gaba. Himani. Himani Gaba. Okay. Savi Agarwal.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain me your understanding?
Yes, sir. So first we started with the basic concept of what dependent and independent variables are. And when we deal with such variables, the study that we do is that of correlation and regression.
Yes.
Then we made a scatter plot of the two, taking various examples.
Yes.
From the scatter plot, we could understand the degree of dependency between the nature of dependency. Like, is it a positive relation or negative?
Okay.
Then we looked at the correlation coefficient, which told us the degree of the dependency between the two variables.
Very
and checked how we could calculate that numerically using R. Then we went on to regression and we also plotted the means of the two. Like, the vertical mean was that of the variable on x-axis and the horizontal line was the mean of the y-axis.
Yes.
So we made the plot too, and then coming to regression, we checked the equation, the basic equation of y estimate, y and errors, the basic concept of that.
Very good. You were present for all the earlier classes?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Excuse me, sir.
So I have a doubt.
Sir, there's a message in the chat box.
Yes. Ask me question.
Sir, Himani Gaba is saying that her screen has frozen and her mic is not working.
Okay, ठीक है, will do. No problem.
So I have a doubt.
Yes. See, Mihir Sakrikar has left the meeting. 2 of the students have left the meeting. I will be noting them and giving to the office.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ask.
Sir, the part where you use the trees, are we using the same data of the first question that we have done to plot the diagram, or are we using the second one?
Yes. So you are using the same data x and y in the first question, correct?
Yes, sir. Sir, by using the trees, we are using the same data that we did in the first question.
Right, because you have used again X and Y possible.
Pardon, sir?
In the tree data, instead of V, you might have used X and Y. Check karo. Now two new variable, V denote by volume, G denote by the girth. So everything should be in terms of V and G. Check.
So I just wanted to ask, I have not attended the previous two lectures. So this tree, so this, is it related to the first question or is it different?
Different. It's different. It is different. So better you communicate with the office people, Swati madam, she will guide you.
Okay, sir.
Those who are got late admission, meet the Swati madam there. She will give you the recorded earlier sessions.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bhavya Dang. Bhavya Dang. Not. Cherry Chabra.
Yes, sir.
Do you follow what I explained so far?
Yes, sir.
Come on, tell me.
So we started with module 3. Even though I'm a first time I'm attending a stats class, what I could understand was correlation and regression that we have studied in undergrad and doing it on the R.
Okay.
We first started with correlation regression of y on x, where and then we saw a decreasing trend, and then we all we had the mean of x on the vertical line and y on the horizontal line, just to see the discrepancies between them. And then we went to the formula of correlation coefficient, which is covariance of xy divided by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y.
Yes.
Yes.
Further.
And further, we try to put this correlation coefficient line on the data that we had. Then we gone to next data of trees, where we had three variables: girth, height, and volume. And then we saw that trees and girth was highly positively related, while
Okay. ठीक है. Gaurav Datil.
Yes, sir.
Do you follow?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between correlation and regression?
Regression
is a forecasting equation.
Yes, sir.
It is a forecasting equation for dependent variable with the help of independent variable. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I'm here.
Yeah, speak.
Sir, I lost the connection. That is why I was dropped out of the call. I'm using my mobile connection. That is why it is being fluctuating.
Okay, doesn't matter. But you attended the earlier session, isn't it? 1 or 2?
So this is the first session.
First
and
session.
I gave the description also.
Immediately you have to contact the Swati madam and do the needful.
Okay, sir.
Only for those who got late admission, she will provide the recorded sessions.
Okay, sir.
And you got the handout of module 1 and 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Kriti Bas Datta. Kriti Bas Datta. Yes, Kriti Bas Datta. Okay. So now I will be closing by explaining whatever I have done once again. This session is completely for introduction of correlation and regression. It is a topic related for dependency of variables. Estimate the dependent variable with the help of independent variable. First question is the one I have taken to introduce this. Number of customers visiting the shopping center and the distance of the customers from their house. I plotted a scatter diagram to speak about the type of correlation and the direction of correlation. Scatter diagram explains verbally how the data points are scattered on the graph. Plot the mean value of x and mean value of y, you will get a clear picture of the tendency of dependency. And the tendency of dependency we call correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient tells you sign negative or positive and numeric number should be close to 1 for a higher correlation. If the correlation coefficient is near to 0, it is called poor correlation. This is graph. Tendency of the points we call regression line. But all the points are not on the regression line. Therefore, we have to know the model in equation form. It is in an equation form, that is y is equal to b0 plus b1x plus e. b1 is the slope, b0 is the intercept. And it can be shown in another way. Line is y estimate, y will be the actual value, difference is e. That e component can be positive, negative and can be 0. E also called residual of regression. It also may denote by standard error of regression. The same work I have shown to you by a file. Data file is trees. And selected the file trees, there are variables. I have taken one of them. Repeated the work. But correlation is other way, positive. So the points are different compared to the first graph. So this we have to continue in the next class. Everybody should save the file module 3. Work on it once again. Prepare well so that continuation on Thursday will be simple. Continuation then will be simple. Okay. Any question? Does anybody has question?
No, sir.
Ask.
Sir, do we have to go through the book and videos for the periodic one also, or just the R?
Any one of them. If you go through both, it will be much better for research.
Okay, sir. Sir, but for the first periodic, what should we refer?
Yeah. That is, the book is Statistics for Management by Ravina Lobin, and the video will be by Pat Obi. But listening the video first and reading is advisable.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Every topic will be having a good presentation by Pat Obi in his video.
Sir, for the first...
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, will the first periodical be pen and paper based, or will it be based on our platform?
Or you can download from the office, or you ask some friend. Not our studio.
So what all book are we going to refer for our syllabus?
Our studio nahi yaar.
No, I am asking what all books are we going to refer to?
Our package, Giri, there is no book.
Not also for
Reading point of view. Reading point of view.
Yes, sir.
Reading point of view, Statistics for Management.
Okay, sir. And you told just now.
Yeah, ebook is also available. You can download and read.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for tutorial also we need to...
Yes.
To read the book and see the videos.
All right. But no, I say reverse way. Listen the video and then read the book. Because
so it will be helpful in tutorial also.
Video will be Statistical Methods by Pat Obi, P-A-T-O-B-I, Purdue University.
Sir, but in the videos, the commutation is done on Excel for descriptive statistics. So we have to do Excel and R both.
In Excel, we are going to do solver also. After completion of statistics, I had to teach you operation research using Excel. So by the end of the course, you will be well acquainted with R and Excel. Don't miss this opportunity. Okay, anybody else?
Sir, what is the portion for the tutorials? The portion?
Test 1, it is module 1 and module 2.
Okay. Thank you.
Practice it, but not necessarily question will be on the same line. You have to think. And the test will be MCQ, multiple choice questions. It carry 20 marks, 1 hour.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Next. Okay then. So I will be stopping the class today.
Thank you, sir.
Meet you on Thursday.
Thank you, sir.
Analysis.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.